Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie. Welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, we've got some active weather today in the Four Corners, portions of the plains in the southeast with that broad non-tropical low, but still a lot of moisture there, a lot of heavy rainfall. We'll actually start in the Four Corners because we've had some really active flooding weather here in portions of Utah, Arizona, Colorado, and New Mexico. Believe it or not, southern sides of Colorado, high enough elevation, you've got snow. Pretty amazing for early June, but there you go. This is a huge plume of moisture driving in. We've had numerous flooding conditions out of this. We've also had some really gusty winds and even some severe weather as well. Currently right now, looking at the thunderstorm activity, they're most prominent towards the Albuquerque area of New Mexico, right or the intersection of I-40 and I-25. These storms will build north towards the Denver area later in the day and then push west into the panhandle of Texas. That's going to be your best chance for severe weather the remainder of the day. The areas in yellow, so just east of Santa Fe and Albuquerque, with additional stronger storms and just a lot of rainfall in this area as well. Excessive rainfall potential actually goes all the way back into the southern sides of Nevada, but especially the northern sides of Arizona, Flagstaff area, southern sides of Utah, again, northwest New Mexico, southwest sides of Colorado. The other big story are the winds towards the Moab area there of Utah. They had some 50-mile-an-hour winds. We've also seen some strong winds near Durango, Colorado, of up to 50 miles an hour. So just some really active weather in this area. And again, there have been some reports of some flooding, so please keep that in mind. The thunderstorm activity will continue. Now, it's a little bit quieter in the southern plains for today. A few thunderstorms in far east Texas. We pick up some healthier storms in portions of Missouri. As a matter of fact, we have had one tornado, a few tornado warnings actually, in the St. Louis area today. Those storms will continue to drive north and east across Illinois, Indiana, and back into portions of the southern sides of Michigan. It's been a beautiful day, a hot day in the northeast. Ahead of this rain will work its way into the northeast eventually in the next couple of days. Back into the southeast, a very wet day. Again, yesterday we had an area from the National Hurricane Center for potential tropical development off the east coast of Florida. Not going to be the case. They've wiped away that area, but there is still some really rich tropical moisture in play here. You can see that when I bring on the enhanced satellite imagery. Southerly flow bringing all the shower activity from Miami up the I-95 corridor towards Daytona Beach, I-4 in Orlando, and then a lot of hefty thunderstorm and rain activity east Alabama, Georgia, and the Carolinas. This is an area that's going to stay very wet. Behind those storms and flooding conditions in the Four Corners, another hot day along the west coast. We've had some temperatures today in the San Bernardino Valley that have been over 100 degrees. All of this burnt color, that maroon in Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, flash flood warnings currently in effect. Flash flood warnings on the southern sides of Missouri with the thunderstorms that we've seen in that area as well. Let's get into the models. We'll start off with our high resolution rapid refresh model over the next couple of days, and then we'll break down the risk for some severe storms and the amount of rain that I expect to see. We'll start in the southeast. Again, thunderstorms will continue to develop. Now, even though this is not going to become something tropical, there is still going to be a nice broad spin, which is going to bring a lot of rain across the I-95 corridor over the next couple of days, especially into Georgia and the Carolinas, portions of Virginia and the Delmarva Peninsula. This is going to merge with all of those thunderstorms in the Midwest right now, drag it across the Ohio Valley towards Columbus and Pittsburgh and eventually into the Northeast. Probably not a lot of severe weather out of this, but decent storms, and probably on the heels of that, some cooler weather as well. The most active weather will continue to be in the southern plains. Look, we're going to get kicks of energy coming through the Dakotas and into the western Great Lakes. There'll be some rain from Minneapolis and Green Bay towards Milwaukee eventually, but where I'm expecting the strongest storms, Kansas, Oklahoma, portions of Texas, and into Missouri and Arkansas, because this is a very potent low as bringing all the storms right now to the Four Corners, but eventually here, as we get into our Thursday and Friday, it kicks farther off towards the east. So the risk for severe storms tomorrow follows that line, West Texas, the Panhandle, through Oklahoma, and into southern sides of Kansas. Your marginal risk, again, goes all the way up into the Northeast along that frontal boundary. And then the risk for storms on Friday gets elongated as that boundary stalls out a bit, right across portions of Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, and into the Tennessee Valley and portions of the Mid-South, with a surrounding larger area of a marginal risk. Winds are going to be the main threat. but we could see some excessive rainfall out of that. Can't even rule out some isolated tornado threats for you guys as well. Looking at the total precipitation here on the GFS model, again, we've had the heavier rain in the Four Corners, but eventually we're back into the Midwest and portions of the plains for the heaviest rain over the next couple days. We just take a look here in the northern sides of Arkansas, southern sides of Missouri, and portions of Indiana and Illinois. 4 or 5 inches of rain in a couple of spots likely. That could lead to some isolated flash flooding. Friends, as you can see from the clock, I'm out of time. I appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the channel. Please help us grow. We appreciate that support. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'm back tomorrow with your latest 5-minute forecast.